to this Ateez trailer before we get into a little conversation about them. So,
Yeah.
let's watch. You guys ready?
I know San looks amazing. I just know it. I'm so excited. I saw some pictures. I'm very excited.
I saw Sid's tweets about Sign.
Shut up.
Oh.
Ah! There he is.
The stars didn't stand out, but it didn't mean that they were gone. The lights were put off.
That's some heavy eyeliner.
What is that?
What the heck,
Ponytail!
Ponytail!
They're so cute. They're so cute.
Is that Yuho?
No, that was Songkwa. I hope I'm saying that right.
Could see the darkness.
Songkwa.
There's Wu Young.
And as they prayed, the fairy voice broke the silence.
I can't read the caption. That looked good.
That did look good. I'm so confused because their two teasers look completely different. Like, the other one was all cat in the hat colored themed, kind of like shinies, and this one's so different.
Yeah, it reminded me...
Well, I think
you go first.
I think this, okay, I think this had to do... It says Fever Part 2. This feels more like Fever, so it doesn't feel like that shiny looking concept they had. So I guess they're just adding on to what they
Maybe the
had.
teasers for two separate videos?
Yeah, or maybe just like that was just a photo shoot. It was like the Louis Vuitton theme, but I don't know. I have no idea. I'd be happy with two videos. That would make me very happy. I just want to look at Choi-san all day. Also, I'm super glad that we found out that Mingi's going to take part vocally in the album, if not in the comeback. That just makes me feel very content that he's like doing pretty okay, and hopefully we'll see him soon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sad watching all their stuff now because Mingi's not in it, but like, it's okay because I still love them. I like watching them, so
it reminds me a lot of early EXO. It reminds me of the Mama video, the voiceover where there was like the boys, blah 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 blah. blah. They kind of did that in the first EXO video, one of the first EXO videos. It's like the tree of life awakened them and brought life to the. I was like, what does this have to do with? But I don't know. It ended up being a cool concept. So we'll see, how it turns out. I'm excited too. I'm more excited for you because, Ateez isn't really my thing. But I really hope Mingi comes back. He's my favorite in it. And I hope he's doing okay. We wanted to talk actually a little bit about Mingi's hiatus and kind of like about K-pop hiatuses in general. Recently, Taeyeon from NCT just got back from his hiatus. Obviously, Wendy took a year-long hiatus. Mingi is on one right now. So, I guess the question is like, how do you feel about seeing these groups like down a member? It's obviously they need these hiatuses, but it's also just I don't know. It's just interesting to see the group have to function under a different light, especially considering some of them are so close, and it almost feels like they're missing somebody. I don't know. Any thoughts?
Well, Yoongi only just returned from his hiatus for his shoulder, and like everyone was really like sad about it, but I think what we were more concerned with or happy about is that he was finally getting treatment for an injury that happened even before their debut. Like the fact that the car accident that affected his shoulder was in 2012. And he didn't get treatment, like a surgery for it, until 2021. That's like, or 2020, is in and of itself like a problem. Like, I really think that he should, well, I know that they were really blowing up and that there was a lot going on, and obviously when you first start out, you don't really or can't afford some groups to take a hiatus. So I'm just really happy that and it seems like groups are now like more letting their artists take time. I think Taehyung is back too early though.
Okay.
I really do, because his was like a back issue, like with a like ruptured or removed disc or something, and it like was affecting his back, his waist, and his neck. He was wearing braces, and apparently it had been affecting him since 2014.
Yeah, you can see videos of him limping.
Or no, 2016. Yeah, in 2016. So I'm like, that few months just seems like way too short a time to me for any like real effective healing to go on. Because even for Yoongi's shoulder, which is a much less serious injury, it took months for him to heal, and he got a full surgery. I know he was doing like physical therapy before that, but yeah, I think these hiatuses, we have to normalize them.
I agree.
To some extent. Like, we really should, so that it's not so like devastating to the group, because obviously we'll want to see them all together, but I like the way these artists work, the way they train is so difficult to keep up with. They deserve those breaks.
I agree.
Like, I just want them to come back at 100%.
Yeah, and it kind of really what shook me about Taeyeon's hiatus really was that fans were like kind of begging for it to happen. Like, you could see him in videos limping for years before something was kind of done with it, and it just seems like he got bed rest. And, like, that was it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I really do feel like they really had to beg for that. Sometimes these hiatuses are really shocking, and, like, I'm glad, like, Yoongi's wasn't. Like, the company came forward like, hey, he's gonna go on hiatus. We'll still support him, like, da-da-da. They didn't even try and, what was interesting was they didn't even try and, like, cover his absence in their performances. Like, usually other groups have members perform their parts, but BTS chose not to do that, and they literally just played his audio over, like, those empty spaces where he spoke, which I thought was really, and, you know, a creative choice, and also kind of showed how important he was to the group, which was really nice. But, during, like, Moonbin's hiatus last year from Astro, I remember I was really stressed because they never gave us, like, a real reason for why it was happening, and that added to my, like, problem, because I was like, what the heck? What's wrong? Like, they didn't say, oh, it's physical, oh, it's mental. Like, they just kind of said, he's taking a hiatus for his health. I was like, what does that mean? But do we have the right to know, though? Like, necessarily? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we do. And, like, as much as we'd like to have as much information as possible to comfort us, it's good for them to keep their privacy. But one thing about his hiatus, which I really liked, is that all of the members of Astro went out of their way to take photos with him when they saw him and make us feel like he was still around them enough that we were okay. Like, we weren't stressed that it was something serious.
Yeah, well, with Red Velvet's hiatus, we knew that shit was serious, so we didn't...
That would have been scary.
Yeah.
If you were, like, in it deep then. Like, I would have been like, what the actual... I would have been like... It was pretty freaky, and I came in late, obviously. I didn't really start standing until Monster Era, and I was like, where the hell did Wendy go? And I Googled it, and I was just, like, absolutely horrified. And actually, the producer of Psycho came out with some, like, more details about her condition while she was gone. It was like her mouth was completely wired shut. It was like, yeah, she was like pretty busted, and why would you say it like that?
I don't know, she was messed up, and I think SBS still owes that girl an apology.
They owe her a check, and a fat check.
He took her out for a whole year, and he said that she was so sad, all she wanted to do was perform, that she would, like, hum along even while her mouth was wired shut. I was, like, really emotional watching that.